Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Crit Caustic, and for today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys 5 very important beginner tank tricks that I have learned over the past 250 hours or so of me playing this game, and I hope they help you out in your next battle. Alrighty guys, welcome to trick number 1, which is going to be range finding. Now, range finding in War Thunder is super important. So, what you're going to want to do, you're going to want to hit escape to go to controls, come over to ground vehicles, then you're going to want to go to miscellaneous. You're going to want to scroll all the way down, and you're going to see rangefinder right here, right underneath building of objects. You're going to see rangefinder. Then before we leave, you're going to want to come down to sight distance control. This is the second from the bottom in the miscellaneous tab. You're going to want to set your mouse wheel down and up to change the elevation in your sniper sight. Then you're going to want to come up to camera control. In camera control, the last 2 settings for mouse wheel, you're going to want to set it instead of on zoom axis, you're going to want it on sight distance control. Now for the multiplier, that's really just how much you want to, how aggressive you want the change in your sniper scope to be. So if you want it to be real precise, you can lower it, but that's going to be kind of slow. If you want it to go up by 50 per tick, I have mine set at 44%, so you can copy that or do whatever feels better for you. And you can go into the practice range, clicking on your vehicle and hitting test drive, and you can sit right in the spawn like I am. I would look at the 4th tank out. You're going to want to hit C. And as you can see, it's measuring the range. And after it's done with that, it tells you 750 up at that top number right there. So then we're going to scroll our sniper scope down to 750, and we are going to take a shot, and look at that, it hits perfectly. One thing I forgot to mention in regards to range finding, you can range find when you're in your binoculars, which if you're on PC, if you hit B, you can go into your binoculars, and if you hit C, or whatever your range finding key is, mine is C, you can range find in your binoculars. And something else important, when you're in the 3rd person view, that little circle, whatever that is on, if you hit your range finding button, it will range find. We'll set it so that's at 1055. We come over here, we hit our range finding button, looking at this tank, boom, 160. The second tip is know your tank. There's a lot of things that I could mean by saying this, but mainly I'm talking about the protection analysis. So what you're going to want to do in your lineup, you go to your tank, right click on it, go to customization. Then in this top left corner, you're going to see hull armor for the front, side, and rear. You're going to see turret armor. You're going to see armor penetration, which is the amount of armor your tank can penetrate, and it gives you the distances here at the bottom. Also, this fancy little button right here. Click protection analysis. Then whatever tank you go up against the most, so for example, if you fight the US a lot, M4, M82, and at 500 meters, what you can do, click the protection map. These are all of the angles where penetration is possible. This is what I mean by knowing your tank. I've been using this lately in top tier, and it's been absolutely incredible. I've been learning tons of weak spots, especially since I go up against Russian players so much. Knowing those weak spots will mean the difference between you living and you dying. For our 3rd tip, what you're going to want to pay attention to is ammo. Please, please, please do not be that guy, or don't fit the German stereotype if you're playing Germany. Don't bring all of your ammo. Anything under 25 shots, I would say, is acceptable. So anywhere from 15 to 25 is acceptable. If you were to bring full ammo and someone were to shoot your ammo, it would blow you up, because it would blow your ammo up. Once you start getting an auto loader, in the bottom left corner, there's the ammo shell with an arrow with the number 15. That is how many shells are in your auto loader. And now, as you can see, there's 15 shots in the auto loader, but then there's no ammo next to your driver. So now if they shoot on the right side of my tank, nothing is going to happen. For our fourth trick, what we are going to be talking about is free looking. So what this is going to allow you to do is look behind you, look to your sides, up above you if there's a plane, without having to move your cannon. So I did forget to mention the setting for the free look setting. So you're going to come here to the top left, go to controls, you're going to go to common, and then type in mouse, and it's going to be right here, mouse look activation. I have this as the same button as my range finding key, since they're used separately. And what we're going to do is we're going to pull up, and then we're going to hit our free look button, and we're going to turn our camera. And as you can see, now we can see that tank. So now we can line up our shot, we can move out and shoot the tank and then back in. It's really good for a lot of things. Practice using this because it can be used almost anywhere. Last, not least, spading. Now, spading is something I did not learn about until probably a week and a half ago. Each tier will have a tier bonus. Now, what this means is once all of the modifications for a certain tier, so if I were to research tracks, improved parts, and horizontal drive, then 9,200 bonus RP would go towards, for example, I'm researching the Florak Rad, that 9,200 RP research points would go to the Florak Rad. So keep that in mind, because a lot of people will have tanks unlocked, like me, and will not have them spaded. Well, you're missing out on a bunch of extra research points. You're missing out. Make sure the tanks that you're using are fully spaded, because what that will do is it will give you bonus XP towards that next tank, which then you can unlock that tank and then spade that tank to help unlock the next tank quicker. Well, that wraps up our video. I'm on the way to becoming a Gaijin partner. That is something I'm working towards. So if you guys can leave a like, leave a sub, let's make it happen.